This episode is brought to you by Peacock. The new Peacock original documentary, Matthew Perry, A Hollywood Tragedy, dives deep into the beloved actor's rise to fame and his tragic death. 5 people, including Perry's personal assistant, 2 medical doctors, and an alleged Hollywood drug dealer known as the Ketamine Queen, were charged with conspiracy to illegally provide Perry with the ketamine. Explore the details of the case in this heartbreaking special, streaming now only on Peacock.
I think you're on mute.
Workday starting to sound the same?
I think you're on mute.
Find something that sounds better for your career on LinkedIn. With LinkedIn Job Collections, you can browse curated collections by relevant industries and benefits, like flex PTO or hybrid workplaces, so you can find the right job for you. Get started at linkedin.com/jobs. Finding where you fit. LinkedIn knows how.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, dear listener, for our episode that reminds me of a lot of Dalmatians running around, Rob. It's 101.
It is 101, watcher.
Yeah, watcher indeed. And we've got Phoenix Sports' answer to Cruella de Vil. It's our very own Claggy. How are you, Claggy, mate?
Yeah, I'm very good, boys. I hope you're both well.
Yep, and you know what? We just literally had a quick word off there. Congratulations, 2.5 months wedding anniversary to your daughter and her husband. Still going well? They still made the right decision?
Yeah, well, it looks like it. 2.5 months in. I saw them yesterday. They came to watch their brothers play football. Yeah, it's a long time ago, isn't it? We were talking that before the original fixture, and that was the day before that would have been the day after their wedding.
Yeah.
Which I did make because I got home at 2:30 in the morning. I was still down Phoenix by 11:30 with everyone else until the ref came and called it off. Probably did me a favour, to be honest. There we are, 2.5 months later.
Yeah, we heard you was asleep in the turnstile room.
I probably was. Yeah, I was very tired. Let's put it that way.
Put it that way. Yeah, you were tired from the alcohol and the bill. But yeah, we were just talking a while ago, and just off air. And since we've had you on, has there been a massive upturn in Phoenix's favour? You've certainly got a few more points, and you're a bit more touching distance away from the, or you're touching distance in that zone outside of the bottom 4. But it's still a bit of a challenge, isn't it?
It is a bit of a challenge. I mean, in the form table, the last 6 games, if you have a look at that they do on the old football web pages, we've got 7 points from our last 6. I think we're actually above you boys by a point in the current form table, which is quite surprising. But yeah, I mean we've had some good performances lately. We've been just having a look at my notes. We got a 2-2 at Margate, and we had a player sent off there as well. We beat Deal Town 2-1, and then we did get a bit of we lost 4-1 at Ramsgate, but both teams had a player sent off early.
Everybody loses at Ramsgate, though. I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, it's no shame losing to Ramsgate.
I say it was a good performance. And say last week we went down to Herne Bay, had the old early half-1 kick-off. Yeah, we played really well, deserved it. Beaten 2-1. Our new centre half skipper Jake Goodman scored 2 cracking headers. He's an ex-Millwall boy.
That's right. Yeah. Recognised
the first one was a proper old-fashioned centre half rocket header from a corner. And then Saturday we played Mersham at home, and we started off really well first 15 minutes, and then I don't know what happened. It just all went. There was a bit of a dodgy first goal. Mersham scored right on half time, and I think it knocked the wind out of our sails. Because before that I didn't think there was a lot in it, and then second half we got done 2 defensive lapses, I think, coming in from crosses, and they beat us 3-0, unfortunately. We're a bit up and down sometimes. But and so tomorrow against you fellas, and after that we've then got 4 away games in our next 5, which will be quite challenging because we are in a bit of a scrap down there. I'm not going to lie, mathematically we can still stay up, and there's still 11 games, and you never know in football what can happen.
Well, that's the thing, you know, like you just said there, that there's still, I know, you've got to go on some mad run to get those kind of points, but like you say, there's still 33 points to play for, which mathematically, only 4th and up are safe mathematically from where you are. But I mean, I don't know about you, Rob. We've been up and down the road a lot this season with the Dockers and all that kind of thing, and this table's really. I mean, outside of the top sort of 9, the table's changing all the time. I mean, it weren't so long ago that Deal were about 7th and 8th. They're now 14th. Ashford again were 8th. They're now down to 13th. Hive before the weekend before last were bottom of the table. They're now up to 4th from bottom. Littlehampton looked like they could get pulled into it. East Grinstead, when we played them, were mid-table. Croydon were on a bit of a run. They're now back down in 15th. It's all over the place. You can't call it.
No, not at all. And the other thing is, like, out of your games left, you've still got to play like Staying in Town, and you've got to be hopeful of picking up some points there. But you're not, like Michael was saying, you are within touching distance of 18th, and that would put you safe. And Littlehampton are not, they're no great shakes. When you look at like the form guide and you look at them, they seem to be doing okay, but they have got a rick in them. So they could easily get slipped back down into it.
Well, we'll see. Tomorrow's it's a big game because it's Erith Town and it's a Phoenix derby, but it's a big game for us because we need the points. And you guys, every now like at the weekend, I hear that you're probably doing well enough to be 3 or 4-0 up at half time, and then found yourself 3-1 down with 8 minutes to go and still pulled that out of the bag and got a draw. So it'll be a good game. There's so many crossovers between Erith and Phoenix, teams, players, supporters. It's always a good fixture.
Yeah, I think the thing is as well though is that, like, looking at the league table, like you say, you're desperate for the points, and to a degree, like you, as we keep saying continuously on the podcast when we talk to other teams, Erith are still focused on that kind of mathematical certainty. Like I said, only Margate and Burgess Hill, Ramsgate and Sittingbourne are still the only ones mathematically safe. I know you've got to argue there's probably more permutations and averages and points and people playing so and so that probably makes me sound a bit silly there. But Erith are still going, well, we're on 42 points, but we really want to make sure. Because, it's not beyond the realms of possibility that, I mean, let's not beat around the bush, Rob. You're the stats man. Erith aren't on the best of runs at the moment forward guide. I think we've had 2 wins in the last 6 or 7. So that's not excellent. So we've got to start getting some wins just to not give some breathing space, but just be, do you know what? We are safe now. We can really plan for next season.
Yeah, you're right. And if you look at our form over the last 10 games, it's not too bad. There's been some wins. There has obviously been some losses, but there's some wins, mostly wins and draws. And we still do have 3 games in hand over a lot of people above us. So you'd be hopeful with those, out of those 9 points, we'll get at least 5 of them. So that would make us mathematically safe. And although over the last 6 games, Phoenix, you're 1 point better off than us. You're 1 place above us in the form guide. You're quite a way below us over the last 10 because, obviously you've been losing more than anything else. So, and you're not even picking up the draws. It's like it seems to be either win or lose with you guys.
Funny thing you say that, Rob. I was literally looking at the form table now and the form guide for the last 6 games, as we said there. Phoenix, Hive, Phoenix and Hive are both above Erith in the form guide. East Grinstead are near the bottom of the table, same points. Herne Bay below Erith, same points. Steyning, same points. But it's that goal difference, and it's like we keep saying, yes, points make prizes, and you'd rather have points than good goal differences. But Claggy, I mean, you've got 1 point better off in the last six games, but you've conceded 6 goals more than Erith.
Yeah, we have. We are when we concede, we like to concede a few. I think it's like Saturday. I say that the goal at half. If we got in 0-0 at half time, I think we would have second half would have been a completely different story. But that goal just before half time, I think it knocked the stuffing out of them. And then second half, they seem it just. I think it's a mentality thing. They're in a scrap. They go a goal down, and they just think sometimes, oh, we're not going to get back from this. But then again, but then saying that, Herne Bay, we scored after 20 minutes, played really well first half, really well. They equalised, and everyone's thinking, oh, we're going to drop it. We went straight back up the other end and scored within 3 minutes. It's just an up and down. One day we're doing it, the next day something triggers it, and it just goes a bit wrong. It's very difficult to put your finger on it. I'm glad I'm not the manager.
Do you think somehow though that says more about Herne Bay than it does about you? Because you guys are obviously fighting for it. To me, it says more about Herne Bay letting you go up the other end and score after 3 minutes. 3 minutes later than it does that you scored. That you actually scored. It's that they gave it away after 3 minutes.
Well, we missed a penalty in that game as well, and we had first half we had umpteen chances that we didn't take, and that's another problem that we've been finding in some games. We have been dominating in spells, just not hitting the target or hitting the post. Keepers pulling off a worldie, someone gets clear. It's just when you're down the bottom and you're fighting for survival, sometimes it don't all go your way. But that's you get the rub of the green, or you don't. It all evens itself out over the course of a season, I would expect. So we'll see what happens. We're in a battle, and times run. We've got to really pull something out of the bag in the next few weeks to keep ourselves with a chance of staying up.
You say there, Claggy, you're in a battle, and obviously you've had some changes at the club behind the scenes. But what's the morale like amongst the fans? Because like you've seen over recent weeks with like Ramsgate, they're really banging on about how good their fans are. Whitstable had a good fan base, numbers in the other week for their game. Sittingbourne, you can argue their fans have got them over the line against Southend. What's it like down there amongst the fans at Phoenix? It's tough. We got to slog. We got to stick together. What is it?
Yeah, there's still the regulars, the hardcore people. They still come every week for home games. Also, we've got quite a few elderly supporters. They don't tend to go away so much. But when we went to Herne Bay the other week, it was all the usual faces that travelled down there. Yeah, I think it's been a topsy-turvy, tumultuous season on and off the pitch. We've started off with no team and the manager having to build a team. Then new owners coming in and getting another manager in who had to build another team. And then he's been building the team throughout the season while there's other changes going on around the club. As a club, we try and stabilise and get back on an even footing. There's a lot of good things happening off the pitch, but it's been a tough old year. And obviously we've had some sad times as well off the pitch this year, losing one of our stalwarts in Stevie House. So it's just been one. I can't remember. I've been at Phoenix 25 years, and I can't remember a season where it's been so like a roller coaster, up and down, up and down. You just think you're turning the corner, and then something else happens. But that's what happens in life, and that's what happens in football, I guess.
Yeah, you just got to play the cards that dealt you, like you say, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But and I'll say that with utmost sympathy, I really do. So like back to the game itself. How much
Yep.
I ain't going to beat around the bush. Erith love it when Phoenix are on the fixture list, and like when you grand up as well. This is always one that gets a lot of fans in because it's local. How are Phoenix looking towards the game, preparing for it?
Yeah, we love it. I can't wait for it. I love a bit of Phoenix here because there's so many people. As I say, I mean, I get on particularly well with Luke Leppard, who's one of your boys, who obviously is an ex-Phoenix player. One of your players I really admire who played for us, Rossi Craig. Really like Ross. He's a good lad. I mean, you've got so many who've played for Phoenix. You've got Tom Humphrey, you've got Leo Mazzoni. It's always a good battle, and it's always great to see Woody and the boys, and obviously Anthony Gradley was one of our coaches last couple of seasons. Russell Bedford, who's been our captain in the past. So it's there's a big crossover, and we always have good games. Always have good games against you. So
who should we look out for since you've signed?
Well, I think last time I said you look out for Isaac Thompson. I'll say the same thing again for tomorrow, but I'm not actually sure if he got sent off. I'm not sure if his ban's finished or not. He's not played for the last 3 weeks. But I'm not actually sure how long he got banned for. He got sent off at Ramsgate. Him and another player both got sent off after 21 minutes. So I'm not sure if he's in the squad tomorrow. I hope he is. He's a good player. We got some good players when they turn it on. Jamari Brissett recently signed him from, I think he came via Leatherhead. He's an ex-Beckenham boy.
Yeah.
Big Jake at the back, who's just come in last couple of games. Jake Goodman, old-fashioned centre half, good talker, good communicator, really nice fella. So yeah, I mean Darren and Sam and Bradley, they're building this, trying to build the squad and get the boys in even down to the wire of the transfer cut-off or the signing cut-off, which I believe it's not coming up quite soon, I believe. We're just trying to get strengthen the squad as we can. But tomorrow, yeah, who knows? It's Derby, innit? Anything could happen.
Anything can happen, absolutely.
And it literally could if Luke Leppard starts for you. But we'll see. It's the first goal tomorrow. I think could be quite crucial. Whoever gets the first goal.
What about you, Rob? What do you reckon? How do you reckon it will go?
I'm quite confident we'll get a win out of it. I think it'll be 3-0.
3-0. Cool.
Yeah.
Poor Claggy's over there. I'm never coming on this show again.
So I'm on the turnstiles tomorrow, so I might not let Rob in now.
Might not let him in. Outrageous 3-0. That's thrown me. Normally Rob goes, well, I'll go for like a 2-1 or a 2-0 or something like that. But 3-0, yeah.
No, I mean, I was saying Saturday, I said, we've got to be on it on Tuesday because Erith will want to come here and give us a proverbial right kicking if we're not on it. So
our recent record against you isn't bad at all. So I'm quite confident that I'll go with the result I said because I think we've just got that little bit more. So, but it'll be, like you say, be a tough game.
What do you reckon, Claggy? What score are you gonna put in?
Well, obviously, we can pull something out of the bag and get a cheeky 2-1 win. But I'll take points basically tomorrow. I'll have a draw. I'll take the draw. But I don't know if the boys are up for it tomorrow. You never know. We can do something. Maybe sneak a win. I think there'll be goals. I don't think it's going to be a 1-0.
No, me neither.
2-0. I think there's going to be goals for either end perhaps, but we'll see.
Yeah, you know what? I think it's going to be like a 7-5.
7-5. Well, the neutrals will love it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Woody will lose whatever hair's left on his head.
Yeah, I think he won't be the only one if it goes 7-5.
No, I'm going to go for
the reporter from the non-league paper will have an absolute field day with that one.
I bet he's still only. I'll tell you what, the non-league reporter or paper. If you're listening, no offence, but some of the stars that you reward games is ridiculous. They'll probably do a 7-5 and then say it was 2 out of 5 or something like that. The way they are. I don't know about you, Claggy, but we've seen games. What was one we saw the other week? I think it was Croydon versus Erith. It was either a 0-0 or a 1 or something like that. One of the most boring games of football you've ever seen, and they gave like three stars, and you're like, really? Yeah. Really? I can't even remember anything. It was the worst game of football I've seen. I'm going to be diplomatic. I'm going to be respectful. I'm going to go for a 2-0 Erith win. I can't see Phoenix getting a win from this, but I think it will be respectful because, like you say there, Claggy, derbies, anything happens in derbies, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think especially in the evening games as well, they tend to be derby games at night tend to have even more drama. The night games at Phoenix are always a little bit extra as well. There's always that feeling, and hopefully now with the weather getting a little bit better, we'll get a decent crowd as well.
Get a few more in, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Anything you want to finish off with, Rob, or should we get this all wrapped up?
No, I think we're good. Not a great deal has changed for us since the game that was postponed. Although there's a lot of changes behind the scenes with you guys, still feel confident that we can get the result and it will go the way we want it to go.
Yeah, and one thing I will do before we go, I want to give if he's listening, I want to give a shout out to Nathan Edwards, who's just left Erith Town, going on to pastures new, wherever it is he's going to go to. Really nice lad, top lad, great goalkeeper, and obviously wish him absolutely well wherever he goes on to. And I think you agree there, Rob.
Yeah.
Yeah, lovely fella. So Nathan, if you're listening, mate, best luck to you. Well, we'll get this all finished up now. So Claggy, as always, mate, absolutely brilliant having you on. Thank you for your time, as we said.
Come on. Yeah, I shall look forward to seeing you both through the turnstiles tomorrow.
Yeah, and it'll be nice to actually get a game on after we've done a preview show because our record ain't great.
Oh yeah. Well, let's hope nothing happens. We don't get some weird astronomical something happens overnight.
I was going to say, it's going to happen like a bolt of lightning is going to enter the floodlights.
Don't put the mockers on it, Claggy.
Yeah, we don't want any floodlight issues.
Or the turnstile operator loses the key to the turnstile.
No, well, we got plenty of those. Don't worry, dotted around, so that's not going to be an issue. But yeah, it should be. It'd be good. It's always good to see everyone, and let's hope it's a great game for everyone. We get a decent crowd, and I'm sure I'll see you in the bar at some stage afterwards. So I'll notice that your names are down on the list.
Lovely stuff. Yeah. Hopefully I'm near the top of the list.
I think you're number 2 on the list, if I remember what got emailed me today. Mr. Dale's number 1.
Oh, is he? Oh, of course he would be. Podcast Pete. But yeah. All right then, mate. No worries. Well, Claggy, take care, mate, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah. See you tomorrow, gents. Thank you very much.
Bye.
See you. Bye.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
If your job at a healthcare facility includes disinfecting against viruses, you know prevention is the best medicine. And maintaining healthy spaces starts with a healthy cleaning routine. Grainger's world-class supply chain helps ensure you have the quality products you need when you need them. From disinfectants and cleaning supplies to personal protective equipment, so you can help deliver a clean bill of health. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.